Oh, welcome, GD. Let me just check in one more time in AlphaBlock. I just posted it. Really cool. Nice to see you guys. Don, what did you want me to chart? Welcome, Pigeonhead. It was Google, right? Google stock.
Hello?
Hello, Don. You wanted me
Sorry
to
about that.
chart or yeah?
Yes, please, for Google. Sorry, my mic was muted. I didn't even know.
Holy shit, what happened to Google? What the fuck? I'm just opening the chart. I'm legit shocked. Okay, let me immediately share my screen. I'm not overreacting right now. I'm sharing it right now. Whole screen. Just please confirm to me. All right, we are already 10 people. You see my Discord right now, and now the trading view. Is it correct?
Yes.
It is following the backpack price.
Yeah, this is horrific. Google is such a huge company, like one of the 10 biggest companies in the whole world. And it's selling off same as gold and as shitcoins in crypto, really. Wow, I'm shocked. Okay, so looking back 6 months, the POC was at 315. We had a lower high printed just last month. Wow. You guys heard, besides like the technical factors, you guys heard some news that were standing out that could justify a Google sell-off of 30%? We're right now sitting at the EMA 100 on the 12-hour time frame, which is a very big technical level. If we don't hold this, I see 250 as the next level. The bounce could be towards the EMA 50. This would make sense. Oh, it's absolutely nuts.
Gap und Golden Pocket kommt hundertprozentig.
Okay, so Killian also just informed me about the gap as well as a golden pocket around 210 level, which is even lower than the next liquidity grab at 250, which is down here at the next point of control, going back to last summer actually. This is horrible. But again, any you can tell me some news maybe? Like I don't care too much about news, especially in with such huge and relevant tech stocks. I bet it has something to do with AI itself, but
Maybe
this is
about
just
Claude overtaking in the general AI scene.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense because really, guys,
The dates are kind of matching, I think.
yeah, true. And again, we had that a few times that when like a few weeks ago we were actually like praising Google as long as it can hold up above the EMA 50 as well as 100. Let me just quickly post this chart into the Alpha aggregator so all our communities and members can see it. But this is absolutely horrific. Google down 30%, and either finding support right here or 250 followed by 210 are next as logical buying zones. But to me, this looks very hot. Like, of course, you can say if such a great asset with such a high market cap is currently at the EMA 100, combined with a quite oversold RSI, then you could think, okay, cool. This might be the level. The problem is just that the next level that I'm truly seeing is 10% lower, followed by something that's 30% lower again. So what we would be betting on right now is that compared to the historical volatility, to the historical value proposition of Google. If we zoom out a little bit, this is really one of the craziest sell-offs we ever had. Like when Trump started to be in the administration and all the terror that happened in the markets, early 2025, like this is something that is comparable. But ever since, and also the year before that, we did not have such problems. Like here, where you see the Coco Confluence giving this one big sell signal, as well as here, like let's not dig too much into hindsight trading, because here we also had to, like in this one, you had to wait far too long. But I just want to say we have two signals here in the last 2 years that played out greatly. Before that, we had a 30% drawdown. And if we would repeat it, then we would actually go towards the $250 level. The good news is that after this 30% sell off, Google had a 150% rally. And I do not mean to just be trying to do some fractal trading here, but in that case, the next level for Google would actually be on a macro scale over 500 if history repeats. What I just want to really highlight is that the so-called safe haven assets are absolutely getting demolished. And if we now check towards the gold chart, as I highlighted in like a few weeks ago in a stream where I said, guys, if this is really a lower high, and you see how robust, how easy, how straightforward those technical levels are as per current, you just have a loss of momentum and boom, gold is down 20 to 30%, same as Google stock. Whereas on the same time frame, if you compared it with Bitcoin, then Bitcoin, let's say crypto as a whole even, is not looking too bad if you put all of that into comparison. Let's check Bitcoin rather on spot, not on leverage. Because if we really compare it here as well on the daily time frame, then you see just a clear downtrend that is at least not teasing anyone, but you also had like this initial rally, consecutive highs after another, as soon as you started printing lower highs. It's just not a surprise, and Bitcoin has a big chance of just going lower and lower and lower again. But this almost seems like a tech bubble popping if I'm just looking at this, and this is also not something horrible, like something needs to happen, but you have Anthropic, you have OpenAI, like just taking over everything. But you just had 1 month ago, I just forgot his name, the Austrian developer that released Claudebot, and then getting like a record offer of OpenAI, and everyone already knew and spoke about the fact that OpenAI is probably just doing this for PR, just to look good. And now Claude, with the release from 5 days ago, you literally have the functionality of Claudebot already in Claude itself, just one within the same month after the purchase for well in the 8 figures of Claudebot, and now you just see all those safe haven assets crashing 24% on gold. If you really take it from the high, it's 30%. Then you have gold going down 30% already. So this is really to be taken with a grain of salt. Of course, you need to understand that today Bitcoin dumped way more than Google. Yeah, this is again a fact, and you cannot just say, okay, cool, crypto is actually safer than crypto, because it is not. And especially on a day now where, because a few days ago, some crypto people like to clown the gold investors and the boomers, but now you have Bitcoin down over 4% on the day, where gold is up over 3%, so a clear dominance, or let's say just a way stronger bounce. Gold is not following up to the stock market and to crypto, but I think those are like quite concerning levels. Welcome, Research Media, bro. Thank you so much for all the updates in our news channels. really, really sick of you that every single day you're posting not too much, just a few really well mapped out news that are relevant in the markets. But yeah, bro, don't tell me please, like, do you feel like you want to add to the Google bag, or how do you see it? Like, obviously my analysis is just my take on my journaling. I'm just quite shocked that gold and Google and like all those big players are down so much.
Yeah, I'm just trying to DCA into everything. Like whatever price I can get, I'll just hold it. Like I'm just using like extra liquid capital just to buy and DCA in. I'm willing to hold these companies for like 10 years, you know what I mean? Because I think Google will be around for
Yeah,
another decade or so. So
yeah. And probably just like those really good companies that still felt a little bit overextended, like maybe let's say Amazon, Microsoft, Google. It will take some time for them to regain the market share, but the big thing is that Anthropic or OpenAI are just eating up fresh market share. So for them, it's an up-only market. But let's say when a Google, like depending on the sector you see in the financial markets, like let's say Microsoft in the game of Internet of Things, in the game of um, operating systems. Microsoft simply had like a over 60% market share, yeah. And then they thought like, okay, I'm just invested in a few different companies. Whereas you had like the internet being defined by Google. Like for a lot of people, the internet was literally using Google. Not like, of course, you can just access a website with the URL, but where do you type that URL in? Most people really have a Google browser. And now I think a big hit, like just right now, while thinking about how to try to find a reasoning why Google might took such a hit, is often when people are doing research right now, they are not Googling anymore. Like the younger people, especially, or like the tech people, think that Googling is the outdated thing to do. And if you want to go with the current zeitgeist, then you are in fact using ChatGPT or Claude. And if you are not using ChatGPT or Claude to get your information from the internet, then you're already behind like one technical revolution. And so that's what I think, because it's not cool anymore to be Googling. I think that makes a lot of sense because there was only like Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, and Google basically for most of the people, because Chromium, Brave browser, all of them are based on Chrome. But now if you really wanna be accelerating, as a lot of people say nowadays, then you are using AI in fact to get your data now. Vita, I think that's also a big thing for you, right? Like your automate, or we also have now an AlphaBlock or AlphaBlock Infinite Claw team where we can collaboratively work, which will be going live in 4 days actually. But welcome the Desk9. Nice to see you. But Vita, you built so much crazy stuff now. Also, congratulations for Strike being live. It would be really cool if you maybe could take 5 minutes or 10 minutes and show the product a little bit now that it's live, give a little run through. But you killed it also in the Binance hackathon. Crazy. And you did that with Claude, major part, right?
Pretty much, yeah. So I didn't write any of the code myself, which a lot of people think you can just vibe. It's not vibe coding. I think the difference there is if you're vibe coding, you don't really care what the AI is producing. You don't really care to check it. In my opinion, vibe coding is still very dangerous and kind of
Yeah.
is always going to give you worse results. Like you still need to have some competency as a developer. But yeah, no, Claude is like pretty amazing. It's I tried for a while to like swap to GPT. I think 5.4 is the latest one, and it's just miles behind like Claude Opus. You're creating anything complex, you got to be using Claude. So they're just kind of at the top right now. And yeah, it's not looking good for OpenAI unless they can do something revolutionary. Like I don't see how they can compete right now. Yeah, I'll do a quick strike demo at the end if we have time. But I think we should carry on with the charts for now, and then I'll drop a quick update.
Cool. Let me quickly check if I can hit Google without revealing way too much. I will go back to screen sharing. I just want to show you something really quick. But how does it feel to finally be like, of course, job is never done, but I bet it's. I know that you are not a person to brag, but you are proud that you shipped the product, right? You should be.
Yeah, it's really interesting, man. It's because I like submitted it for the hackathon and then just kind of was gonna leave it there.
Yeah.
So, and then what happened was like these like the Chinese community just created a token for it. And
Yeah.
so kind of the meta these days is they they create this token and it's like there's like a tax on it, like a trading tax, and then they direct the earnings to the developer of the project. So it's like a community token, and the point is that the trading from that token supports the project. So then I was like, okay, I'll just take it and see where it goes. And so now it's kind of progressing. It's live on mainnet. It's not getting too much volume yet, but I have like I'm already planning things, marketing. Like I'm in touch with the BD team at Binance Chain. I've got like a live stream planned with MCG. They're like a really popular ICM streaming group. So yeah, things happening. I've got a new feature coming out soon, which is like AI resolved prediction markets. So it's going well, and I'm just kind of working on it still as a side hustle and just trying to take it as far as I can.
Yeah. And that makes great sense. That makes great sense. I think you're like, to me at least, and I know a lot of people are sharing this, which is one of the reasons why so many people are in fact, I believe, really looking up to you. Same as I do on a just like eye to eye friend and business partner level, is because you have such a clear and healthy way of looking at those things. And I think especially in the sector that we are in here, like not only finance people, you and me, we're both from the sector, IT and finance, and both is surrounded with a lot of professionals that often think that they are eating wisdom with a spoon. And yeah, just want to thank you for shipping so much and for being so level-headed. And you're never cocky, but you literally just dropped such a cool platform and such a cool tool while being such a good fund manager in a horrific bear market. Like, let's be real. Like, let's just look at the prices just at this second. Like, of course, we bounced a little bit off the 60K level. Bitcoin even teased to us at 76K after a 20% bounce, but Bitcoin today is again down exactly 50% off the bull market top. A lot of good coins, a lot of good projects, or maybe it's 49% before I share some fake news. I think I'm still at Killian's chart. Let me share my entire screen again for you really quick. But so many projects. Okay, the low was 51, 52%. Now we are 48%. Pardon, it's not 50% exactly. But Bitcoin halved in price. Yeah. In the meantime, what I just want to point out, because I know this is a cheap bet, but exchange coins are outperforming, and like back then it was just Binance. I will not go into the details on Hyperliquid. I think both BNB coin, Hyperliquid, and a few other exchange coins are just a good bet, but let's just look at gold, at Google, at so many assets. Like it's really hard to get depressed nowadays. I think all the negative news that you see, and in the time where Bitcoin halved, like you have this one coin that went up like 2x, most coins went down 80%, and so I just think it's really nice to see such level-headed people like you. Thank you, bro. So let me check one more thing. Killian, what do you think? Solana, Ethereum, is there one other interesting asset besides Bitcoin for you?
Let me look at Ethereum. For Ethereum, on Ethereum, I mean, we already lost the $2,600 level, which is the equivalent on Bitcoin to the 57K level where the golden pocket is sitting.
Oh yeah, true.
So I was honestly expecting a back test back to 2600, so pretty much back to the golden pocket with this move up, but we didn't get that, obviously due to Bitcoin not getting the 80s as well. And I mean, in bear markets, we often, or generally in markets, in trending markets, we often don't get perfect retests. So that makes perfect sense that Ethereum didn't get the 2600s. I mean, if we pretty much don't look at the move we got up, we have theoretically a clear bear flag. And the key support right now, in my opinion, is one at 1800, because the 0.886 Fibonacci level is there, which is super important. But besides from that, just like Bitcoin, we're also right now at the key SR for this current consolidation, because if we draw the golden pocket from the lows at around 1738 to the 2385 move, we have the golden pocket where we are right now, so this one, and the reaction we are getting from Ethereum on it is better than Bitcoin for now. And so I do think we could get like a move, or at least a consolidation over the weekend on both Bitcoin and Ethereum. But it doesn't look great here, let's put it that way. I think it's like a die or pump level, or at least consolidate. I mean, Bitcoin is oversold, as you said it before. So I don't think we lose the current level within like the next 1 or 2 days. But it's definitely like super important right now for us to hold here, because otherwise we are getting a move, like probably a 15-20% move down on Bitcoin, and on Ethereum also at least 10% move, probably lower even.
Yeah.
But like the current reaction we're getting on the H1, I'm kind of liking it, because we are holding KSRs and not consolidating below it, but above it. So it's going to be interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah. I can already see the boys having a great evening today and just throwing a few YOLO longs at Ethereum, because we are truly, like, just from a completely technical, mechanical level, as you perfectly highlighted, this is the point. Like, it looks so ugly right now. If I'm just looking at this, like, you have to start laughing, because you're like, okay, if we are not bouncing within 4%, this is going to be so bad. By the way, after I shorted and I took profits on my Bitcoin shorts at 67K, I started scaling into longs, and I had a stop loss just 1%, and stop loss is already hit. We went down 4% on Bitcoin. After 1.5%, I already had my stop loss taken. I just want to share that really quick. I'm flat again. If I would not have had the head shorts in between, this would have been a horrible week for me. Right now, I think my net worth, like my crypto net worth, is down like 3% this week. It is what it is. Bitcoin went down more. You cannot always win. If you also had a stop loss hit today, that's totally fair. Now we are exactly in the golden pocket level. So if you wish to buy again, then this would be the level. Otherwise, we're going down way more. And I think also the view of Don, or the tactic of Don, is the only right thing to do in the stock market. As we said, like we might go down way further, but if you have the stomach, and if you can invest in a way, everyone can do that, by the way. If you can only save 100 euro or whichever currency per month, then you can just invest 50 bucks into stocks and 50 bucks into crypto. But if this is the money that you can afford, then you will do well over a multi-year time frame. And so I think the thing to do for gold, for stocks, is buying literally just spot, be digital or physical. This is up to you. But honestly, for crypto, yes. As soon as Bitcoin goes below 60K again, as I told you, I bought a little bit of crypto in the 60Ks. I sold a bit above 70K. So either I'm going to buy a confirmed higher low or below 60K, because I'm not buying at the same level again. I either want to have a better price than we had a few months ago when we bought, or last month when we bought actually, or on a strength confirmation. But this is why I actually think like proper trading and also leverage trading on crypto with a stop loss makes more sense, because I wouldn't feel as good as I feel right now if I would have just bought spot Bitcoin in 68K. Now it's at 64K. It's not nice. Thanks to the stop loss, which I would not have with my spot buys. I got out of Bitcoin above 66K, and now you could technically buy again. I'm not saying that you should overtrade, but I think the mix of what our people in this Discord just said, just to TLDR one more time again, Bitcoin and Ethereum look solid. If we do not hold up within 3%, probably we will go down 10 to 15%. On the other hand, great assets like Google and gold are down a historical amount of roughly 30% within the last week or so. So buying spot here might be smart, because if you get more discount, you will literally double your money on gold and Google whenever the dollar price per unit, per ounce, or per stock just goes back to the last level. This is almost unseen. So I do think this is the play. If someone of you has another idea or something to share, please share your screen or let me know. Otherwise, I would pass it on to you, Vita, if you still have 5 minutes to share a little bit what you were cooking on the strike side.
All right, let's do that. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, this is what I've built so far. You're probably all familiar with like the poly market, crypto price markets. You bet up and down on short time frames, and it's kind of just another way to trade the price. So yeah, the way this works is we use the Pith price oracle, of course. It's tracking the price, and you're basically betting whether the next 5-minute candle is going to be green or red. So we have currently the only liquidity in the order book is it's my own. It's like my own bot that's running. So you can come and take money from me, basically. which is at the moment easy to do because it's a very dumb bot. But yeah, it's live on BNB mainnet. So you just any EVM wallet, have a bit of BNB for gas, and then we trade with USDT. And yeah, the thing that makes this unique is that it's a fully on-chain order book, which has many challenges in itself. I kind of just my goal with this is to just do things that have not been done in this space yet, and kind of just see if it works. So the first thing was I wanted to create the first prediction market that is, a club. It's a central limit order book, and it's deployed fully on chain. So every order you place here goes into the smart contract. There's a function on the smart contract for clearing batches, so it works in with frequency batch auctions. If you're kind of familiar with some of the terms in the space. So yeah, I can place a trade here. There's no liquidity to bet down because the price is already $100 down. So my bot is saying I'm not going to give you that action. But yeah, it looks like the market's about to end here. Yeah, so then the outcome is pending. Some things happen in the background. It takes about 90 seconds to finalize. And that's so that you have like a small. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. You just said it takes about 90 seconds to finalize. So whenever I take the bet, does finalize mean this is the strike price? So I'm betting on 90 seconds in the future?
No, you're betting on. So the outcome is kind of already clear. It's this is the final price. The thing that happens is you have to. So what happens in the background is something will run and go and fetch the pith price for that 5-minute candle, and then perform like a resolution on chain. And once that on chain resolution goes through, then there's like a small challenge window of 90 seconds where someone can say, hey, that pith price, there's actually a more recent or a more accurate price that we should use. And this is because it's all decentralized, right? Anyone can call these functions to resolve the market, and anyone can challenge the outcome if they believe it's inaccurate.
That's so cool. What the fuck? This is really great. And I could also provide liquidity?
You can, yeah. We have an SDK, so you can, if I show you the docs, you can kind of go to your AI agent and say you want to build a bot to trade on this platform with this SDK. It's written in Rust, so you'll be writing in like a really good programming language. Gonna add TypeScript and Python support in the future. But yeah, you can create a bot that trades. What I'm probably going to do next is create like an arbitrage bot. So I want to basically I want to bolster the liquidity here. At the moment, you can see like the sizes are quite small. It's only like $20 on each side, and so yeah, like I can place a bet here. Buy down. Yeah, I was thinking one way that we can increase the liquidity here is to just arbitrage with Polymarket. And then I can do something like, okay, I can put $500 on each side. And if anyone takes my action, I just make sure that I'm matching the Polymarket prices, and I'll just buy the opposite side on Polymarket. And then that would be a way to kind of increase liquidity and increase volume for Strike. Okay, so I have a position now. So I can see here my position is down. I'm not sure if these values are correct. I probably need to fix a bug here, but it's supposed to be $5. It's telling me it only cost me $2, and I'll win $20 if I win.
Okay, so you are betting on downside price action?
Yeah.
And it's looking good for now.
So for now, we're still quite close to the target. We're $20 up, but we have a minute left. Probably I'm going to lose, but we'll see. Then yeah, there's like you can do referrals. So I'm tracking referral links and stats like that. There's a leaderboard here that shows kind of the P&L. If only the real CZ was trading here. But you can see kind of P&L and volume here. Same kind of deal as Polymarket. And the thing I'm working on next is adding different types of markets. So next feature is going to be AI resolved markets. So you can create a market for anything, but you need a way to verify the outcome and kind of resolve it in some way. And so there's this company on Binance called Flap. They're like a token launchpad, but they actually released this AI Oracle, which is a way of invoking an AI on chain, so you can do it from like a smart contract. Obviously, the AI runs off chain, goes and does, processes the prompt, and then what they do is they post the entire reasoning and result on IPFS, and then they post a link to that on chain. So on chain, you get like an outcome. You can say, you can give it a multiple choice question. So the question can be like, how many tweets is Elon Musk gonna post this week? And you say, if the number is higher than 50, then return 1, and if it's lower than 50, return 0. So on chain, you just get the result 0 or 1. That gives you your market resolution. And then you can go and query IPFS and get like the whole AI reasoning, like which tools it used. And then you display that on the front end as well. And you can have like the whole verification process there. And then you need some way, obviously, for people to challenge the outcome if they need to. So this is essentially how Polymarket does it with UMA, the UMA optimistic oracle. But every market has kind of its own way of resolving it, which is, if you ever read like the rules of the market, it will say, this market is resolved by the Pith Oracle price at this time, or if it's like a sports market, it'll be like, we'll query ESPN at the end of the game, something like that. So someone has to go and do that and like submit the resolution, whereas in our case, we're just going to do it automatically with AI.
Yeah. This definitely makes the most sense, because if you have to do that manually, you're going to lose so much time throughout the day. It's crazy. So this is
Yeah.
actually a really great use case of AI, because you know what you want the bot to do, and this is pretty well defined. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and you make like the challenge process you incentivize it, right? You say, hey, if you want to challenge this, you got to put up like 0.1 BNB or something, so like $50 or something. And if if your challenge is successful, you'll win another $5 on top, something like that. But if your challenge is unsuccessful, then you lose the $50 bond that you put up. So it's you decentivize spam by having like a financial requirement there, and then you incentivize correctness by offering a reward.
It's really cool, and the P&L also doesn't look bad.
Yeah, I'll keep you guys up to date. If you're interested in like the community token, I'll drop the CA in the chat here. And I think I'm the top holder of this thing now, but it's not like launched by me. It's definitely not financial advice to buy this thing. It's not something that I'm thinking too much about supporting any further than it's already gone. So like I'm not adopting it as the project's official token, because that legally just doesn't make sense. But I guess the thing is, like, if the project is successful, you might see this token do well potentially.
Yeah, for sure. And it's
So yeah,
really
in the
solid.
future
So
things coming up is there's going to be a live stream next Thursday. I'll give more information about that later, and then I'm already in touch with BNB Chain BD, so they have kind of soft committed to doing some like social media amplifications from like the BNB Chain account. So that would be really massive if I can get that locked in as well.
Yeah, especially since it's still below 100K. Like this is again, not financial advice. Vitalizing said it already. I'm just repeating it one more time. Nothing that has to do with this project, with Infinite, or with AlphaBlock was ever financial advice. We're just sharing our ideas, but let's just say things are looking good. We know things are profitable, and it's a cool idea. And I'm here for it. Like I will definitely be tuning in on Thursday as well.
Awesome. Thanks everyone for listening to me talk about Strike.
Sweet. I'm just checking the chat one more time. Otherwise, we would be ending right now after 45 minutes of active stream. Tamara Suprema Smolyanka, Research Media, Killian, Gisela, Gideon Calls Ghost, Don, Kelly, Vitalizing. Really cool that we've made it towards 15 people plus the people that are watching the recording. Extremely solid, especially for the bear market. And otherwise, I think I just want to wish you a great weekend and enjoy the time with your loved ones. Hopefully, everyone is going to tune in next Thursday on Vitalizing's Strike stream, as well as fingers crossed for BNB chain account actually participating in accelerating the project a bit further. That would be really nice PR.
Thank you very much. Take care, everyone.
Bye bye.